are the luxury items that I cannot stop thinking about, and they've officially made it onto my 2026 luxury wish list. Some I almost bought on impulse, one I had to talk myself out of, and one of them might be my very next purchase. So if you love luxury handbags and fashion, then keep watching. This year I feel like I don't have too much on my list, but the things on my list I'm really excited about. I did a lot of shopping last year, and when I look back on my 2025 wish list, I did buy a few items. So one thing about my wish list is that it's realistic. I'm not doing a if money were no object wish list. These are actually things that I can afford and that I am excited about and looking forward to purchasing. Let's just take a moment to look back at some of the things that I bought on my 2025 wish list. I wanted another Neverfull that I could wear in the spring and the summertime. So the Neverfull in the Damier Azure print was on my wish list for last year. So I ended up picking it up with the rose ballerine interior, which I have been loving. Something else on my wish list from last year was that I either wanted a pair of Gucci Princetown slippers or a pair of clogs, and I ended up buying the clogs. I wore these throughout the spring and summer last year, and I really like them, even though you really have to break these in order for them to be comfortable, which I think I've done pretty much. The Louis Vuitton Trésor ring was on my wish list, and I picked it up around the same time that I bought my Neverfull. So I think this ring is so beautiful, and I'm glad that I bought it. I've been looking for a colorful Chanel O case, and I found this one on Fashion File last year in this beautiful turquoise color, which happens to be my favorite color. So I lucked up on that and checked it off my wish list. And I wanted an Hermes Click H bracelet, and that's been on my wish list for a few years. And finally last year I pulled the trigger and I picked up the Click H in the black and the silver. So as you can see, I take my wish list pretty seriously. I put my money where my mouth is. If it goes on my wish list, it's something that I'm interested in at the time. Last year, I decided not to get some of the things on my wish list, and they either remained on my wish list or they've fallen off. So for this year's wish list, let's start with handbags and SLGs because that's my first love, of course. And let's start with something that was on my 2025 wish list, which has made its way to this year's wish list, and that's something from the Louis Vuitton Takashi Murakami collab, and I really want a small leather good from that line. I don't have any multicolor items. I don't like the multicolor print in the handbags or any of the large items, but I do like it on the small leather good. I think I don't like the print on the handbags because to me it leans too young, but I think it's adorable on the SLGs. And so I really want to get my hands either on a cosmetic pouch, a toiletry 19, a wallet, a card holder, just something that looks cute that I can put in my handbags and then pull out and just enjoy it in its small form. This next item is something that I've recently had my eye on, and for some reason I really want this bag. And it's the Louis Vuitton Petite Malle, specifically in the monogram and the black color. This handbag has been around for a few years now, but I recently became interested in it because I think I am starting to want a Louis Vuitton trunk. And maybe this can be my first foray into the trunk line of Louis Vuitton, even though it's not a trunk, it's a trunk shaped handbag. And I don't know, I just think it's really cute. I know it probably doesn't hold a lot, and this would be something that I would just kind of put a few essentials into, but I really like the look of it. I like that it's like a boxy, structured bag. What I don't like is the price of it. And so if I do buy this bag, it will definitely be pre-loved, and hopefully I'll be able to purchase it this year. I have been dying to have this handbag, and I can just kick myself because I was so late to the game and now it's sold out. And I hope it comes back in stock soon but it's the Coach Kisslock Rainbow Crystal Bag in the 16 size, so the smaller version of the Kisslock. This handbag looks so beautiful online, and I didn't want a Kisslock bag until I saw this particular size and this particular crystal version. I just think the multicolor crystals on this size handbag is so beautiful. So as soon as it comes back in stock, I'm gonna snatch it up. I still want a wallet to match my bicolor Speedy 20, and so I have a Victorine wallet on my list. And so I'm probably going to pull the trigger and get that this year. Last year, I did purchase a wallet to match my Speedy 20, but it was stolen. So if you haven't seen that video on what happened to that wallet, you can watch it after you watch this video, of course. So I'm really liking the Victorine wallet in the same pattern as my Speedy 20, so I most likely will get that this year. So that's really all I have in terms of handbags on my wish list. There's really not much out there that I'm interested in right now. I really want to leave space on my list for things that might come up that are new, that pique my interest, similar to my Steven Sprouse graffiti Speedy that I bought last year. That wasn't on my radar, but when I saw it online, I just had to have it. So I just want to leave a little space for those type of things. My second love is shoes. And so I do have a couple of pair of shoes on my wish list this year. First is the Christian Louboutin Miss Z patent leather pumps. I almost pulled the trigger and bought these on a trip to Hawaii, but I decided to hold off on them because I was going to get them at Nordstrom and use some of my Nordstrom notes to offset the cost. That never happened because there were other things on my list that I picked up. But this year, I definitely want to try those out. They are very expensive for shoes, especially since I don't wear heels very often. But I've always wanted a pair of Louboutins, and so these are supposed to be more comfortable. The red soles don't wear off. And I think these are the perfect Louboutins for me. If I'm going to get a pair, I'm definitely going to get these. The other pair of shoes that I'm thinking about getting, I really want a pair of Louis Vuitton boots. And I've been considering getting the Star Trail boots. Those are so pretty. What's holding me back are the heel height. So I think this is a 3-inch heel. For me to spend that amount of money on a pair of luxury shoes, I have to know that I'm going to wear them all the time. I'm not sure I'm going to be tromping around in a pair of 3-inch boots. So I'm really going to have to think about whether or not I want to buy them. But they're so pretty and they're just so edgy and funky that it's my style. I love a good combat boot. The other pair that I'm considering that doesn't have such a high heel are the Louis Vuitton Squad lace-up boots. These have a lower heel height. They don't have as much monogram canvas on them, and they are a little bit less than the Star Trails. And I can see myself wearing these all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the store, try them both on. Maybe the Star Trails don't seem as high because it has a little bit of a platform, so maybe they don't feel as high when you're wearing them. But I want to try them both on and see which one is right for me. This year, I'm really hoping to focus on adding more fine jewelry pieces into my jewelry collection. This particular thing was on my wish list last year, and it's now on my wish list for this year because I didn't get it last year. So it's the Cartier Justin Clou ring with the diamond accents. And it's difficult because I don't have a Cartier store where I live. So if I do want something Cartier, I'll have to buy something on a vacation in a city that I travel to. Same thing for the next thing on my wish list, which is a Van Cleef & Arpels Alhambra pendant necklace. Don't have a store near where I live, so if it's something that I want, I'm gonna have to buy it while I'm on vacation. And for the necklace, I either want the malachite one, just a single pendant, or the white gold and mother of pearl. I just think those necklaces are just so feminine and dainty and understated, and I just really want one. So this year I'm hoping to finally buy one. I do have one fashion jewelry piece on my list, and that is the Louis Vuitton script earrings. I think these are really cute. I am a sucker for a big hoop earring, and so I'm probably going to pick these up. I have a pair of the Louis Vuitton Louise big earrings, and so it's kind of a no-brainer. If those look good on me, then I know these script earrings will look nice on me too. In terms of clothes and accessories, I don't buy a lot of high-end clothing, but I do have one accessory on my list, and that is a Ruslan Baginski Baker Boy hat, particularly the one with the crystal accents. I don't care for any of the other ones, but for some reason, the crystal Baker Boy hat caught my eye. So I put it on my wish list. It's kind of a maybe because of the cost of it. It's almost $500 for a Baker Boy hat. But right now, it's a maybe on my wish list. If you've made it this far in this video and you enjoyed what you've seen so far, then please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.